What if I told you that over 60% of the average American diet in 2026 is made up of ultra-processed foods, and most people have no idea what it's doing to their gut? That daily cereal, that protein bar, that healthy flavored yogurt, they may look harmless, but inside your body, they could be triggering inflammation, killing beneficial gut bacteria, and silently damaging your metabolism. If you're dealing with bloating, fatigue, brain fog, sugar cravings, or unexplained weight gain, this video might explain why. Before we continue, subscribe to The Health Reason, where we break down modern health threats in simple, science-backed ways so you can take control of your body before it's too late. Now let's talk about what's really happening inside your gut. Number 1, what ultra-processed foods really are. When most Americans hear processed food, they imagine obvious junk: burgers, fries, soda. But ultra-processed foods are much more subtle. They hide behind health claims: low fat, high protein, gluten-free, heart-healthy, plant-based. Modern packaging is built around one goal: perception. In 2026, grocery stores are filled with products that look healthy, but are chemically engineered to maximize flavor, texture, and repeat purchases. Let's go deeper. Ultra-processed foods are not simply foods that are cooked or frozen. They are products that have been broken down into components and rebuilt using extracted ingredients. For example, instead of whole corn, you get corn syrup, cornstarch, maltodextrin. Instead of whole soybeans, you get soy protein isolate. Instead of whole milk, you get milk solids and stabilizers. This reconstruction strips away the natural food matrix, the structure that helps your body digest and absorb nutrients properly. Whole foods come with balance. Fiber slows sugar absorption. Natural fats improve satiety. Micronutrients work synergistically. Ultra-processed foods remove that balance. What's left is fast-digesting fuel that hits your bloodstream quickly and your brain even faster. Another critical issue is portion distortion. Ultra-processed foods are easy to chew, easy to swallow, and require minimal digestive effort. That means you consume more calories in less time before your body can send full signals. This is not accidental. Food companies invest millions in research labs testing textures, crunch levels, sweetness curves, and mouthfeel responses, because when food melts quickly in your mouth, your brain registers fewer calories, encouraging you to keep eating. This is why a family-sized bag rarely lasts long. And here's the key realization: ultra-processed foods are not just bad choices. They are highly optimized products competing against your biology. Understanding that changes how you approach them. Number 2, how ultra-processed foods damage your gut. Your gut is not just a digestive tube. It's a living ecosystem. It contains trillions of microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, viruses, and collectively called your microbiome. This microbiome influences digestion, immune response, hormone balance, mood regulation, inflammation levels, weight management, brain function. Now let's go deeper into how ultra-processed foods disrupt this system. 1, they starve good bacteria. Healthy gut bacteria feed primarily on fiber, not sugar, not refined carbs, not artificial sweeteners, fiber. When you eat vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains, the fiber travels to your colon where beneficial bacteria ferment it. This process produces short-chain fatty acids, powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that protect your gut lining. But ultra-processed foods are stripped of fiber. They digest quickly. They spike glucose. They leave nothing for beneficial bacteria to feed on. Over time, beneficial strains decrease. Opportunistic bacteria increase. Microbial diversity drops. And reduced microbial diversity is strongly associated with obesity, type 2 diabetes, autoimmune disorders, IBS, depression. In other words, when you consistently eat ultra-processed foods, you're not just feeding yourself. You're feeding the wrong microbes and starving the ones that protect you. 2, they weaken the gut barrier. Your gut lining is only one cell thick, yet it acts as a barrier between the outside world and your bloodstream. When this barrier functions properly, it allows nutrients in and keeps toxins out. But certain additives used in ultra-processed foods, especially emulsifiers, may disrupt this barrier. Emulsifiers are added to improve texture and extend shelf life. But some research suggests they may thin the mucus layer that protects the intestinal wall. Over time, this may increase intestinal permeability. When permeability increases, Tiny food particles and bacterial fragments can leak into the bloodstream. Your immune system detects these particles and launches an attack. This creates chronic low-grade inflammation. Not dramatic, not immediate, but constant. And chronic inflammation is linked to heart disease, fatty liver, insulin resistance, brain fog, fatigue, skin issues. This damage doesn't happen overnight. It happens quietly, slowly, silently. 3. They disrupt blood sugar and hormones. Ultra-processed foods are rapidly absorbed. White flour, added sugars, liquid calories. They cause sharp glucose spikes followed by crashes. Each spike forces your pancreas to release insulin. Over time, cells become less responsive. Insulin resistance develops. Fat storage increases. But there's more. Repeated blood sugar swings also influence your gut bacteria composition. Studies suggest high sugar diets promote the growth of inflammatory bacterial strains. At the same time, they reduce beneficial strains that regulate metabolism. This creates a feedback loop. More sugar, more imbalance, more cravings, more sugar. And here's the key point. Ultra-processed foods are designed to bypass satiety signals. They override leptin. They stimulate dopamine. They make stopping difficult. This isn't about willpower. It's about biology. Number 3. The warning signs. Most Americans ignore. Your body doesn't suddenly break down. It sends signals. Small ones at first. A little bloating after lunch. A slight energy dip at 3 p.m. Needing caffeine to push through the day. Craving something sweet at night. Most people normalize these patterns. They assume it's stress, work, parenting, aging, busy schedules. But often it's metabolic instability driven by daily ultra-processed intake. One overlooked sign is mood fluctuation. Your gut produces a significant portion of neurotransmitters involved in mood regulation. When gut bacteria become imbalanced, communication between your gut and brain shifts. That may show up as irritability, low motivation, increased anxiety, difficulty concentrating. Another overlooked symptom is increased food sensitivity. When your gut lining becomes irritated, your immune system becomes more reactive. Foods you once tolerated may suddenly cause discomfort. People often eliminate random foods without realizing the root, because maybe overall dietary inflammation. Skin is another mirror of gut health. Chronic breakouts, redness, or dull skin can sometimes correlate with internal inflammation. Your digestive system and immune system are closely linked. When one struggles, the other compensates. And here's something important. The absence of pain does not equal the absence of damage. Gut imbalance can exist for years before manifesting as a diagnosable disease. That's why prevention matters more than reaction. When symptoms are mild, change is easier. When symptoms become chronic, healing takes longer. Listening early is powerful. Ignoring whispers is expensive. Number 4. Practical, realistic solution. The goal is not fear. The goal is strategy. Completely eliminating ultra-processed foods overnight is unrealistic for most Americans. They're convenient. They're affordable. They're everywhere. Instead, focus on controlled exposure. Think of ultra-processed foods like background noise. The louder it is, the harder your body works to maintain balance. Reduce the volume gradually. One effective method is the upgrade rule. Instead of removing a food entirely, upgrade it. Instead of flavored oatmeal packets, choose plain oats and add fruit. Instead of sweetened nut milk, choose unsweetened versions. Instead of processed deli meat, cook extra chicken at dinner for tomorrow's lunch. Small upgrades compound. Another strategy is slowing down meals. Ultra-processed foods encourage fast eating. Whole foods require chewing. Chewing stimulates digestive enzymes and allows satiety hormones to activate. Try this. Put your fork down between bites. Chew thoroughly. Chew thoroughly. Remove distractions while eating. Digestion begins before food reaches your stomach. Mindful eating alone can improve bloating and overeating patterns. Hydration also matters. Many processed foods are high in sodium and low in potassium. This imbalance affects fluid retention and blood pressure. Balancing sodium with potassium-rich whole foods like spinach, beans, and avocados supports overall gut and metabolic health. Finally, build friction into processed food consumption. Don't keep large quantities at home. Buy single servings if needed. Store treats out of immediate sight. Environment influences behavior more than motivation. If your kitchen supports whole foods, your body benefits automatically. Remember, your gut doesn't demand perfection, it demands consistency. Small daily improvements create long-term biological protection, and in a food environment designed for convenience over health, intentional choices become your greatest defense. Here's some prevention tips for my viewers. Here's your preventative preservation strategy. Before every grocery trip, commit to this rule. Shop the perimeter first. Produce meat, eggs, dairy, whole ingredients. Then, and only then, enter the center aisles if necessary. Most ultra-processed foods live in the center aisles. Whole foods live around the edges. This one behavioral shift reduces ultra-processed intake dramatically, without counting calories or following restrictive diets. Protecting your gut in 2026 isn't about trends. It's about awareness. And once you see how these foods operate, you can't unsee it. If this video changed how you look at food, comment, "I'm protecting my gut," and subscribe to The Health Reason, because modern health problems require modern awareness. Your body's always listening to what you eat. The question is, are you listening to your body?